best practices for creating the playbook.
Yes, and to bring everybody up to speed, and notice guys, I do this all the time, okay? This is also a coaching moment. And we talked about this on a private call yesterday with my folks at JDM. They're the best financial advisors in the world. They're doing multi-million-dollar deals. It is okay and not offensive, like what I'm about to do with Julia, to make sure you understand the situation. When you say playbook, can you give me a specific example? Or in this case, I believe I know what Julia means, but I'm going to confirm that. Because being the smartest person in the room does not sell us anything. Getting that person to believe that we understand their situation, and more importantly, get them to understand their situation, is where we want to go to get sales. So I'm going to say this to Julia. Julia, when you say playbook, you mean the flip chart of the calls that you're going to make, yes, or am I off?
Yes, exactly.
Boom. That's all I want you guys doing in your sales. Okay, go. Sorry, it was a sidebar, but the last thing we want to do is just jump into answers, because sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we're mixing them up with somebody else, and sometimes we heard them wrong. So always just verify, get everything on track. Go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering your thoughts about how to start creating that. The way I broke it down was based on the cadence that we worked on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So I created a card for each communication. Is that how you would do it?
Yes and no, okay? Yes, it's how I want you to do it, but no in terms of this. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm not, okay? You don't need a separate card. This is not a Hollywood script, okay? This is not a giant whiteboard with my entire relationship with Mike, all the ebbs and flows and choose your own adventure. This is, what is the voicemail that I'm going to leave if they don't answer? What is the voicemail that I'm going to leave when I follow up? Maybe there's 2 of those follow-up voicemails. Maybe you have 2 different types of deals, like if you have an individual or a group plan, maybe there's a different voicemail. And then little things, 1 or 2 sentences, because what I don't want you doing is reading a whole script. So here's the thing and why I say you don't need a bunch, okay? And this is where our ego screws us up in sales. Julia, you are super dope. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're well-spoken. You teach people to be well-spoken, so why wouldn't you be great at it? You're already an ace at it. But here's what I want you to realize. They don't remember the last thing you said 3 weeks ago. So it's okay for you to recycle this messaging, right? And this is where so many of us get off track. We're like, well, I already called Bob 3 weeks ago and said, hey, Bob, does it make sense to get you on board with the program? I don't want to say that again. So now we stumble right back into potty mouth, F words, C words. Hey, Bob, I'm just following up. I'm just checking in. Last time I checked, none of that. Hey, Bob, Matt Easton with Easton University calling to see if it makes sense to get you access to the sales coaching. 2 weeks later, hey, Bob, Matt Easton with Easton University calling to see if it makes sense to get you access to the sales coaching. How many calls did Bob get in the last 14 days? Probably 1,400, okay? He ain't going to remember. And even if he does remember, even if it's on his visual voicemail and he sees the other one, he's not going to be offended by that. So my point is, with your playbook, keep it short, keep it concise. You can always go off script. You can always freestyle. But, and this is where I'm a little bit different as a sales coach. If you've got these long pie chart, if this, then that, GUI, graphical user interface flow chart for your communications, you don't want to do that, Julia. That's not fun. And it throws your mind off. I want this to be more like a quarterback's wristband, right? There's the play. It's very limited information. I know X-ray 32 is a slant route to Wes Welker, right? X-ray 32. That's all I want in the playbook. If you work in sales and you need to make twice as much money as you do right now to really enjoy your life, you've really only got 3 options. Option number 1, you can continue to work your butt off in the job you have right now, hoping for some sort of miracle to happen, where you start taking home double the money while doing things the exact same way you do them right now. That's pretty unlikely. Or option number 2, you can look for another job at a totally different company, hoping you're going to catch some sort of once-in-a-lifetime wave where sales just seem to flow your way. All right, again, highly unlikely, and we both know waves in sales, well, they don't last very long. Or option number 3, you can click the button here and get instant access to a simple, straightforward sales process that will help you take home twice as much money as you do right now while putting in far less effort than you do today. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, the most effective sales coaching system in the world. If you click the button, you're going to see how our interactive sales coaching portal and weekly live coaching sessions with me will help you double your income within 60 days. Easton University is more than an interactive sales coaching portal. It's more than being able to ask me questions in a live setting every single week. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Click the button. I will see you on the other side. Your life is about to get a lot better. Click through now.